everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to another Circus Hub live streamed class. We're going to be doing hula hoops today and I'm Laura, your teacher. So I'll give you a quick overview just of what you need for class today again, but it's pretty much the same as what we need every time. But just give yourself a bit of a moment to make sure you've got plenty of space. That'll be really good actually for what we're doing today. I've tried to make it so that you don't need a whole lot because I know we're all working in some slightly different circumstances at the moment. So just make sure you've got a nice amount of space, a yoga mat, make sure you've got some water nearby as well. And of course your hoops, fantastic. And make sure you're wearing shorts as well, that's quite helpful too. Fantastic. And then I'll just bring up our little agenda for today. So I'll talk about this just super specifically about some skills we'll be covering. So obviously we'll start off with a nice warm-up, get our abs and hips really working. And then today I really wanted to focus on a lot of one hoop control drills. So we'll start off, we'll do our little stack and we'll spin our stack each way for 2 minutes. And then we'll focus on a lot of one hoop control today. And then if we get a bit more time, we'll do a little bit with our 2 hoop separations, but I really want to focus on just one hoop today. And really refining that control. And then I want to save a bit more time because for our manipulation skills and sequences, I've got a nice basic little one hoop sequence I want us to work on, just involves a couple of reps. And then I've got I want to work a little bit on 2 hoops on our arms and do a couple of different sequences with that. And then to finish off, I wanted to start off some drills for shoulder rolls. Now this is a juggling pattern that you eventually can do with 3 hoops, but it definitely takes a while to get used to it. So we'll start on that today. So I hope that sounds good, team. Make sure you've got everything you need and find a nice space and let's get into it. I'm going to grab my book. Make sure you've got some water with you as well. I'll make sure that this can see my mat. Fantastic. All right. Head onto your mat or your nice little floor space and we'll start off just rolling out our joints. So let's start off just standing. We'll do 10 ankle circles. 2, 3, 10 and the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Give your leg a bit of a shake. And the other foot. 10 ankle circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Step your feet together, knees together. Hold your knees. Do 10 circles each way. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10. Beautiful. And then we'll do our hip circles. Just 5 going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. And the other side. Going backwards for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Give your legs one more shake. And then you can stand with your feet a little bit wider than hip width and let's just go for a nice twist. Relax your arms. Beautiful.
I don't know that.
That's just Alexa. Now we'll go for, while we're here, let's go for a twist, reach the opposite leg and squat. Twist and reach, just in your own time. You can spend a bit more time in that twist if you want, up to you. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, standing back up, we can have our feet underneath our hips now. And let's just go for some circles with our shoulders, with our arms, sorry. Beautiful, and coming backwards. Try and keep your arms nice and straight. Beautiful, bring your arms out to the side and we'll do some for our elbows as well. So just drawing some little circles here, inwards. Keep your elbows in the same place, don't move them up and down, just the forearm. And then the other way. Beautiful. And we'll stop there. Hold your hands together, bring your wrists together and just move your wrists. Keep your forearms connected as well. And then you can turn it into some nice waves. Beautiful. And go back the other way for 5, and I'm just going to change the angle of the camera a little bit. Here we go. I'll move myself a little bit further back. Great. Once you've done 5 of those back the other way, hop onto your mat. I'll just go for a nice reach up. Inhale. Exhale, come down. And we'll just walk our hands out into a nice plank. Just start off here nice and gentle. Keep your belly button pulled into your spine. You don't stay here for long. And pop your bum up, back into a downward dog. Very nice. Now just have a moment here. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Keep your legs straight, or you can alternate bending and straightening. But we're going to start off by bringing our right leg up, and we're just going to bend it back and give it a little bit of a twist. Just chill out here. You can give that top hip a little bit of a roll and then roll it the other way. And you're going to straighten that leg and you're going to bend it in as you come down over your hands, squeezing your tummy in and back up, straighten that leg. That was 1, we'll just do 5 of these. Coming down and back up to straighten the leg for 2, and down, 3, and up, and down, 4, 1 more to go, and down, last one. Very nice. Place that leg back down and bring your left leg up. Same thing, just have a twist to start with. Bend that top leg and give that hip a wiggle. Give it a roll. And then we'll straighten it up and bend that knee. Bring it down and up for 1 and 2 and down, 3 and down, 4 and last 1 and 5. Very nice. Bring that leg back down, and you can bring your knees down into a tabletop. And from here, let's go for just some happy cat, angry cats, just working gently through our spine. So let's start off by arching gently and getting punched in the stomach to round our back and down. Moving through this in your own time, everyone, and use your breath to help you. Inhale, exhale, Beautiful. Tuck your feet back, just in your own time, back into a plank. Suck your belly into your spine. And we're going to bring our right leg forward into a lunge. Keeping that back leg nice and engaged. Keep that left hand on the floor. And we'll twist into that leg. And this top arm is just going to go for 3 circles forward and 3 back. And 3, and then your own time taking it back for 1 and 2 and 3. Lovely. Hands on either side of that front leg. And with this, I'll just show you again. We've done this before a couple of weeks ago. We'll tilt that front leg out to the side just to get a bit of a stretch through our piriformis. We'll do 10 of these. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. We'll bring that leg back into our plank and we'll swap it over. Left leg in front, nice straight back leg, and we're going to twist into that leg, right hand on the floor. And the same thing again, 3 circles with this top arm, forward and back. We'll go for 1 forward, and 2, and 3. And then backward, 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Hands on either side of the leg, 10 tilts. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. Now what we're going to do is we'll keep that, we'll stay in a lunge, but we're going to turn out into our Cossacks. We're just going to walk over for 10 of these. Beautiful. For 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to keep these knees, don't let them sink in, push them out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Walking back towards that front leg, turn back into it. You can step your feet together, bend your knees, and just slowly roll up. Just standing. Beautiful. I'm just going to turn and face you. What we're going to do now is you can have your feet hip width apart, and we're going to place our hands on our head. Now this exercise we're going to do is just for our side spine flexion. I've talked about it before, but making sure our spine is nice and stable is really important for hula hooping. So hands on your head, you're going to keep your bum squeezed and your belly button pulled into your spine. And we're gently just going to lean down to one side and try and pull back up using your tummy, using your obliques, your side muscles, and keeping your bum nice and stable. We're going to do 10 on each side. Nice work, everyone. Just keep going nice and gently. Check in with your bum. Is it nice and squeezed? Almost there, everyone. Couple more. And last one. Great job, well done. Now, before we pick up our hoops, we're going to hop back down onto our mat, do a little bit of abs, and then be ready to go. All right, so hopping down onto your mat, we'll start off with our usual 10 hip tilts in your own time. If you know what I mean by this, you can start off, but I will explain just once more, is lying flat on your mat like this, knees in the supine position, just like this, legs a little bit apart as well, so you don't have your knees joining. You think about your legs are just hip width apart. You've got your nice natural space underneath your lower back and the floor. And to crush that space, you're going to strongly pull your belly button into your spine and curl your hips up towards you to flatten your back on the floor. You're going to curve back to create that space again, okay? So just 10 of these in your own time. I like to have my hands on my hips, and I also really like to use my breath as well. So I inhale to prepare, exhale, flatten my back on the floor. Ten of these in total. Really challenge your belly. So try and pull your belly button harder into the floor. Try and flatten your back harder to the floor. And we'll just do 3 more. And just 1 more. Beautiful work, team. I'm just going to grab my timer. I'll do a couple of slightly different ab exercises today. So with our little, so we've just done our hip tilt, so we're going to do a slightly different exercise this week to try and challenge our lower abs a bit more. So using our tuck under, you can see how my feet, I'm going to be on my toes for this. So I'm going to tuck under, and I'm going to use that tuck under to try and help me lift my legs up and down. Now, if that feels quite challenging for you, you can just do that with one leg. So you could tuck under, one leg comes up. Now, you shouldn't feel it at all in your hips. It should be your belly that's doing the work the whole time, and your back should always remain flat on the floor, okay? So we're just going to try 10 of these. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, and lift. And down. Now when I come down, I try and squeeze a bit in my pelvic floor, so like I'm holding on to go to the bathroom, and I'm trying to squeeze my my butt cheeks together a little bit as well. So let's keep going, 9 more. And tuck under. And down, and tuck under, and down, and tuck under, and down, and tuck under, and down, and only 4 more, and up, tuck under, flat on the back, and down, and tuck under, and up, and down, and tuck under, and up, and down. 2 more, and tuck under, and up, and down, and last one. Very nice, everyone. You can give your legs a little bit of a roll side to side. Very nice. We'll do a little bit, I'm just going to grab a timer. We'll do our little side taps now. So, same position. We're going to lift up through our upper abs, and we're going to crunch through our sides as we tap each heel. All right, let's go. Just for 1 minute, tapping the sides. Beautiful. Keep lifting up through your upper abs. seconds, almost there, halfway. One more little exercise after this and we'll be done. You've got it. 15 seconds. Keep reaching for those heels. Almost there, 2 seconds. Reach, 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 and done. Very nice. If you like, roll gently over onto your front. We're going to end up back in a tabletop position. Now this is our last exercise for core stability and for our glutes. We're going to start off in this position. Make sure you don't have your knees together at the back. You're in your nice tabletop with your shoulders over your hands and your hips over your knees. We're going to do a couple of opposite arm and leg reaches. I'm just going to make sure I'm not going to tap the table. Awesome. So keep your belly engaged here and keep your butt of the leg that you're lifting engaged, just to find some balance. So you're lifting opposite arm and leg up, and we're going to crunch in and reach out. Beautiful. We're just going to do 6 of these. Going for 1, reach, squeeze that bum. You shouldn't feel it all in your back. 2, and in, keep that core strong. 3 more. 4, squeeze that bum. 5, 1 more. And 6, squeeze that bum, and in. And down, nice work. Last side, you've got it. Let's go. Reaching up and in for 1. In and up for 2. In and up for 3. In and up for 4. 2 more. And back in for 5, last one, and reach, squeeze that bum, and in, and down. Very nice, everyone. If there's anything else you'd like to do for your body, please go for it. We'll have a minute to do that. Grab a drink. I'm going to take my jumper off, and then we'll meet back here in a moment, and we'll get started. So make sure you've got a couple of hoops with you. Again, just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to do 2 hoops on my waist. If you've been doing 2 hoops on your waist, spinning them together as a stack, and it's feeling really consistent for you, try and add a 3rd one and see how that feels. If you can spin all those together and keep them together without any of the hoops butterflying, yeah? Fantastic. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water, and then we'll keep moving. All right. So setting up with your 2 hoops, you know the drill to start off with. We'll do 2 minutes in each direction. And I always prefer to do my least preferred direction first, so I get the reward of my good direction later. Alrighty, grab those hoops and let's go. So remember, feet together, legs together, bum nice and squeezed, belly button punched in nice and tight. Beautiful, and you can have your arms here, and you can always experiment, remember, with your arms up to the side. Try and find a bit more length in your core. Pardon me. Beautiful work, everyone. 30 seconds in. Love your work. So bum squeezed. Think about drawing tiny circles on the floor. So if you were holding a pencil between your legs, this is a really good analogy someone gave me a while ago. If you're holding a pencil between your legs, you're drawing a tiny circle on the floor with that pencil. If our body starts to draw bigger circles, makes the hoops go a lot slower. We want to have as much power as we can. Beautiful, over a minute. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Keep pushing and try not to turn. So just keep straight on, pushing evenly. Very nice. If Find some length in your core. Find some length in your whole body. You're always growing long and tall. Fantastic. You've got 30 seconds left, everyone. Keep going. Keep going. Try and find in this last 30 seconds even more pull in your belly, even more squeeze in your glutes. You're doing awesome. 20 seconds left. Really nice. Try maybe with your arms up in your odd direction for the last 10 seconds. Lengthen your core. Belly button pulled into spine. Very nice. And stop. Well done. Very nice. I'm going to reset the timer and we'll go back the other way. And let's go. The good side is the reward. All right. Very nice. Great. And if you're working with, you know, more in your stack than you're used to, and you feel like they keep dropping, that's okay. If you feel, just go back down to what you feel secure with, and then you can just keep trying. Beautiful. 30 seconds in. Really nice. Same thing. Keep thinking about the glutes. Keep thinking about the belly button pull into spine. Awesome. And you can think about your arm position as well. Beautiful. Almost at a minute. Really nicely done, team. Keep punching. Halfway there. Almost there. Awesome. 1 minute. Boom. Nailing it. Keep going. You got it. Keep your bum squeezed. I'll sound like a broken record by the end of this. That's something that really helps me though. Really helps me to keep that area nice and stable. So I'm protecting my back and my body's not moving like a, I don't know, like jelly. We want to be able to use we want to be able to rely on our spine for years to come. We don't want it to turn all gloopy on us. And just like that, only 20 seconds. So if you can, try and see if you can make them go a little bit faster. Try and see if you can find a little bit extra speed. Beautiful. 10 seconds left. Arms up, find a bit of length in your body. Squeeze your bum. Pulling in, a couple of seconds left. And done. Very nice. Great job, everyone. Have a pause, pop one hoop away, and we'll do a bit of work today on our one hoop control. So what I want us to start off with was just another little drill, but focusing a bit more on our arm positions. It's like the one we did in the first week, where we balance on each leg as well. This is a good one to do in each direction as well. Yeah, just brings us into our control with one hoop. So I'll just count to 10. We're going to do 10 with our arms out here, 10 with our arms up. We'll do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other, walk in a circle, and then switch direction, okay? Beautiful, let's go. And we'll go for 1, 2, find some length in your body, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and arms up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on one leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and walking in a circle the same direction as the hoop. Beautiful. Long body, small steps, beautiful, and give it a hit or stop it if you like. Swap directions, starting again on the other side. 1, arms out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, arms up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and one leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And swapping legs. Nice work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And nice work. Turning the same way as the hoop. Beautiful. And grab. Nice job. Well done, team. We're going to move on now, and we're going to spend a bit of time on each part of the body. So we're going to do 1 minute on our knees, 1 minute on our hips, 1 minute on our mids, and then 1 minute on our chest. And we'll do a little bit of arm swapping, and then we'll do a little bit of work on one leg out when we're hooping on our knees. Awesome. So I'll just stop the timer. Beautiful. So I'll just say again, if you're new as well to moving the hoop up and down your body, I'll try and go over that in a lot more detail today and focus on, just good techniques that you can keep practicing to really hone that one hoop control, because that's really important, especially when we get to start separating, even just two. The control you have with two really kind of sets, well, for me, when I started, it really set the tone for what the rest of my separations would look like. So it's always worth like going back to the basics and really trying to refine your technique. So let's go. I'll just start the timer. You can just drop it down to your knees if you like, and we'll start here. So nice and stable. When you're hooping on your knees as well, some people start to lean over the hoop a little bit. Try and find a bit of a tuck under, just like we did with our pelvic tilts, and a pull through your pelvic floor, always trying to find a nice long body, even here, okay? So some people use the technique of pushing their knees back and forward, but keeping their heels planted on the floor. Now that's fine. I really like this a technique that I was taught, and this really helped me, especially with the connection between one hoop on the waist and one hoop on the knees, is this technique where you keep your legs together and you just circle. Can you see the difference between that and then between the pushing back and forward? So there's no right or wrong. This is just like what I prefer to do, and this is what has really helped me, the circling. But a good way, if you want to try a different technique, is to do a couple of pushes back and forward and then try circling. So for the circling technique, I really try and think about keeping my bum squeezed, and I really try and think about that pencil between my legs that's drawing tiny circles on the floor. But beautiful. We are over a minute, so in your own time, squeezing your bum nice and gently, sorry, not gently, squeezing it as hard as you can up to your hips, okay? So on your hips, we'll do a minute here. I really think about keeping my bum squeezed and opening and closing my hips. Now, I should have said at the start, for these drills, try as much as you can just to face forward, but if you need to do a bit of a turn, that's okay. But when you turn, it really helps to just do small steps so it's nice and controlled and it doesn't break the circle that's happening. Beautiful. We're almost there on the hips. Well done. Keep pulling up through the belly, opening and closing. Very nicely done. Beautiful. And let's move up just to underneath our brow line, so to your lower ribs, to your mids. Now for this one, I really try and think about opening and closing my rib cage to keep it going. So opening and closing, still keeping your belly button pulled into your spine, still squeezing your glutes. Keep that whole part of your body nice and stable. Very nice. 30 seconds left here. You're doing amazing. Very well done. Beautiful. Try and evenly push back and forward. Don't open your chest too much. Still thinking about small, short, sharp circles. Beautiful. Nice work, team. And I'm just going to stop it. The next one we'll go to our chest. I'm just going to move my mouse and resign just because I can't see what I'm up to. Here we go. Awesome. All right, keep going and we'll go up to actually 1 minute. Let's go. Nice big circle, reaching up long and tall for 1 minute. Pushing evenly forward and back. And even when you're hooping on your chest, keep that stability in your glutes and in your core. Very nice. Almost halfway there, you're doing great. Pushing forward and back. Beautiful. 30 seconds left. Keep that lower half of your body really stable. Core engaged. 15 seconds to go. Really open and close. You can do a little turn if you like. Still trying to push nice and fast. Beautiful. 5 seconds. And stop. Well done. I'm just going to turn my camera back. If you like, from here, we're just going to spin on our hand above the head. And we'll bring it back down to our neck here. And if you haven't done that before, when you're holding your hoop, make sure you've got your thumb tucked underneath. You're going to look up as that space comes in front of you. You're going to try and drag it down. Oh, it's a bit hard when you're low. But again, same thing. Trying to push back and forward nice and fast. Okay, so we're going to try a minute of switching our arms in and out in this position, which by that I just mean here and here. So this is a really nice drill if you're not used to chest hooping. Let me just have a look at the timer. Great. So start off on your neck. We'll go for 1 minute. And just think, if you haven't done this before, look down a little bit with your peripheral vision at the gap that's coming in front of you. And in that gap, you're going to try and slot an arm up, reaching up and pull it back down. And you'll do the same with your other arm, opening and closing that armpit and down. And we'll keep going. So try and reach those arms up and through, nice and fast. And down. Back up. Let me have a look at the timer. Beautiful, we've got 20 seconds left. Keep reaching and back down and up. And back down and up. And last one. Beautiful, and done. Nice work. Keep it going on your neck, sorry. We'll restart it again there. And we'll just do a really nice slow descent. So again, we'll put one arm in, open and close the chest, other arm in, open and close the chest, and you're just going to let it just gently drop down to mids. Don't let it go all the way to your belly button yet. Keep it here and down to your waist, sorry. Have a moment there. And then down to your hips, opening and closing, and then down, back to your knees. And then from here, we'll just do 30 seconds with each leg out. And if you haven't done this before, I'll explain it. Otherwise, if you're going for 30 seconds, we'll start now. Oh, let me move out of the way of my couch. That was tricky, hopping while it's just on one leg. All right. Maintaining stability when you've got one leg out, obviously your core is really important, but also like spotting like a dot on the wall, a dot on the floor is really helpful. Keeping a gentle bend in that planted leg to help the hoop keep going around. 5 seconds left, and we'll bring this leg back in and we'll swap sides. Beautiful, and in, beautiful. So we'll start off on the other side, and then we'll have a moment just to go over the technique, and I'll just talk to you about the technique that I use. So let's go other side for 30 seconds. Very nice. Very nice. You can do something nice with your arms. Keep them out. I like to try and point my toe. Definitely point my toe. Awesome. 10 seconds left here. Very nice work. Keep that bottom leg soft. Keep that core engaged. Reaching out. Beautiful. And we're at 30 seconds. Nice job. Beautiful. So the technique that I use when I'm thinking about taking my leg out is the same thing as when I'm spinning on my neck. I'm trying to wait for a gap. So I'm trying to wait for, as the hoop swings around, a gap to appear on my right side. And then from there, I'll try and just shoot my leg up and out, okay? And going back in, I'm trying to step down straight away into the gap. And sometimes I hook it on my foot and step back in. So hopefully that makes sense. But beautiful. We'll pause that there for our one hoop stuff, and we'll quickly grab two, and we'll do just a couple of quick drills with two, just focusing on going down, I think, today. So grab your second hoop, and we'll just do a couple of quick separations down. So again, making sure you have them always collected on your waist, and I use my hips as that point to separate on. And keeping strong and keep pushing. Beautiful. And then bringing them back up and punching them back together. And we're going to do 4 today, 4 of these, okay? So same thing, letting them drop a little bit over your hips. I'm going to bring this one up to my belly button, this top one. Keep spinning it here. Great work, and bringing it back up. And punching them back together. Now, I definitely said it before, but if you're new, if you feel like when you're trying to collect your hoops that you start to go wiggly and your spine isn't enjoying it, don't worry about it. Just let them go. There's no point, no point hurting yourself. Gotta take care of that spine. And bringing it back up. And punch, punch, punch. Back together. Beautiful work, everyone. One more to go. Now with separations, it's really important that your body is drawing the same circle, all right? Because the mistake I'll show you now some people make is that their knees are going really, really fast and their waist is going really, really slow. So if my waist was going really slow but my knees are going fast, that's really hard, and that's why they'll drop. So that's why when I talk about when we control the hoop, that's why I find on my knees, it's easier for me to circle with my knees because that's what the rest of my body is doing. I hope that makes sense. So it's always just trying to, especially with separating down, getting your waist and getting your knees in the same rhythm. Very nice. Pick them back up, and let's just finish off with a little bit of our sneaky fingers, bringing one up above our head, spinning it on our hand, and both hands together. Plenty of length on the body. Beautiful. And bringing them down and together. Punch, punch, punch. Beautiful. We'll just do 3 of these. Grab them again. Holding here. Big push and up. And obviously if you're a bit more advanced, you can be separating your 2 up and moving your other hoop to above your head. And I'll just show you, keep going, we'll do a few more. I'm holding like this, so can you see? Got my thumbs tucked underneath, trying to lengthen my arms. Beautiful. We'll just do one more. Thumb, index finger in the middle, big push, arms up, and spin. I go over this in a little bit more detail in one of my earlier classes, so just check out our YouTube channel, look at the first class, and I talk a bit more about this one. Beautiful. And back together, and punch, punch, punch. Beautiful. Very nice. And grab your hoops. Well done. Fantastic, guys. Grab a quick drink. We're going to move on and do some manipulation. Woo. Very nice. Hope your body's feeling good, feeling strong. Fantastic. Let me have a quick look at the time. Perfect. All right, so grab one hoop and we'll start off with a nice simple one hoop sequence. I'm just going to move my phone and my book out of the way. Cool, so I'll show you the sequence and then I'll break it down nice and simple. I'll try and show it to you from a couple of different angles so you can replay the class and just keep watching. So nice and simple, you can have your arm up, flourish, a turn, and a nice twizzle, okay? So just to break it down, we just start off with a nice simple flourish. So I go over these in the previous class, so if you look at last week's class, it has a bit more of an explanation about a flourish, but I'm just holding my hoop with my thumb pointing up. I'm going to wind up to flick back and catch. And so after I've done that, I'm going to give my hoop a second turn, so my thumb is pointing down and my arm is going to become behind my back. Now make sure that you're really pushing your arm out. And for this nice little fold, I'll show you from the side, you really want to try and flick your hoop so that it stays close to your lower leg and your hip. Because if you kind of throw it away, you can see what happens there. You need to make sure the hoop stays close to your body when you wrap it. So we're turning our thumb down, bringing it behind our back, and now you're going to lift. So I'm using my right hand for this. Sorry, I should have said that at the start. My right hand is coming behind my back, and then I'm going to be lifting my right leg. So as I fold it across, I'm going to lift my right leg. That will help carry it across to this side, okay? So we'll just go over that one more time, just the fold part. So you can start with a flourish, or you can just turn the hoop down, bring it behind, swoosh, okay? And one more time, so you flourish, turn it down, pass around and stand, okay? Nice. So the next little skill, and I'll just show you from here, I've got my right leg in the hoop and my right hand on the hoop. So this is similar to a flourish. I just call it a ground spin. You're going to bring your left leg up, and this is a combination of winding up to push it down. So just try that first. So can you see, I'll turn so you can see the angle that I've got my hoop on. I'm winding up to push down and catch. So just let it do one rotation on the floor, push it down and catch, okay? So once you've got that movement feeling really good, so you do your nice push and catch, you can combine a turn with it. So you turn your whole body into the hoop. So as I start this turn, I bring that leg up, I'm going to rotate, thread my left leg in, and I'm going to turn, bring the hoop with me to spinning on my hand above my head, okay? So one more time from here, up like this, get ready to start turning, push it up, turn to here, okay? Please let me know in the comments, or you're more than welcome to reach out to the Circus Hub Facebook page or Instagram if you have any questions about this kind of skill, but hopefully that's enough to go on. Very nice work, team. I'll do the whole sequence one more time and then we'll move on. Do a nice flourish and push, push, and turn and up, okay? Cool, and there's lots of things you can add on to that, and there are a lot of little sections you can take from that sequence and use for other things. You know, these folds are obviously super useful. You don't have to stick your leg in. You can grab with your other hand, whatever. It's a nice simple sequence that you can make your own. Fantastic. I'm going to quickly look at the time once more. Perfect. Now, I'm just mindful of time. We'll quickly do a little bit of two hoops on one arm, and then we'll move on and finish off with some drills for our shoulder rolls. So, starting off, if you're just starting off with two on one arm, I'll just quickly explain the technique. Otherwise, if you're all good with it, you can do it on each side to warm it up, and then I'll give you a couple of little challenges that you can incorporate with either two on one arm or four. So, starting off, make sure when you're holding your hoops, your elbow isn't sunk, you're nice and in line here. You've got your thumb and your forefinger on the hoop that's closest to you. And as you lift up, you're going to push down and you're going to bring that outside hoop straight out, okay? So if you're just starting, just worry about that. Otherwise, you can obviously spin. And then when you collect, can you see how I open my thumb on the outside hand and I bring them in, okay? Went a bit wonky, I'm standing on a bit of a funky angle. And that's another thing to be mindful of as well, actually. When you're spinning foreign arms, make sure you're not turning into them or, yeah, standing in a funky direction. You want to make sure you're standing parallel to your hoops, bringing up and pushing down. And starting off, you can get both spinning forward, that's perfectly fine, and then you can grab and push the other one backwards. Beautiful. And we'll swap into our other side. So same thing again, coming up. Oh shoot, make sure you don't have any lights in the way. Holy moly, it's a bit dangerous. Anyway, I'll just move forward. So from here, yeah, there we go. All right, I'll do that on another angle. In fact, I'll show you on my arm on another angle so you can see, okay? So from here, pulling up to push down. Beautiful. And make sure it's a nice, easy rhythm, back and forward, and collect. Beautiful. Not so great, but worried about the light. Anyway, it's okay, nothing's broken. Now let's add in a couple of if you're. So, if you've done this before and you're feeling warm, we'll move on and add in something else. Otherwise, just keep going with drilling those two-on arms, always checking your alignment of your shoulder, the alignment of your body with the hoops, and making sure when you bring them up, push them straight back down, try not to get them spinning on an angle, and your arm is just making that nice, gentle push. Okay, so obviously if you're familiar with this and that's feeling solid, I'll add in a couple of little things you could try. So from spinning backwards, I like to grab the outside hoop and give it a flourish. So that's nice and easy to start with. And then another one we can go over is with the outside hoop, trying to give it a roll over your hand. So I'll show you the roll first, and then we can try and combine it. So the roll, all that looks like is roll like that and grab. So can you see it rolls over my hand and I catch with my pinky finger, so it rolls over the top and grab, okay? So quite nice in a sequence, perhaps you could try for yourself. Giving it a spin, spinning backwards, grabbing, turning, and roll and catch, turn, and you could do something else from there, okay? So let's try that one more time, and I'll just try and show you in slower time, just a roll over the hand. So grabbing that outside hoop, keep it still, hold it down, and then roll over the hand and catch, okay? So with that roll, what's a bit different is if you're just doing it in your hand like this, your arm is a lot closer to your body. If you've got another hoop spinning on your arm is a lot further away, so you've got to get used to doing that roll. That was terrible, sorry. You've got to get used to doing that roll with your arm out nice and straight. And I'll just show you what it looks like from this angle, and then we'll move on and we'll do our rolls to finish. Very nice, and grab and roll. Ooh. One more, make it a bit tidier than that, sorry team. All right, and last one, and roll. Great, nice job. So those are just some nice things you can incorporate into either your forearms or your just your skills with two on one arm. Beautiful. Nice. So to finish off with, we're going to do some drills for our shoulder rolls. So let's just start off with one hoop. So with these, it's a long process to get three going over your shoulders. But for me, when I started, I drilled heaps with just 1 and 2 hoops, and I got that feeling really solid before I moved on. And even when I train the shoulder rolls, now I always warm up with like 1 and 2 hoops and make sure those rolls are great first before I add the third. So I'll just show you the technique first. I'll make sure I'm not standing near that light. I'm gonna, so holding my hoop like this with my thumb pointing up, I'm gonna try and release it like in the middle of my chest. And the hoop should have a bit of a moment of float. Oh, here we go. That's where that light is. I'm just gonna change the angle of the camera a little bit. Here we go. And I will stand here, cool. So we're gonna try and release it over here and catch behind. So can you see, make sure you switch sides. You're gonna point And can you see I've got the hoop on a bit of an angle? Some hoop jugglers do a different technique where it rolls like this because they give it a bit of a backspin. The technique that I like to do is a bit of a dwell time up here and then I catch behind. And you're trying to wait for the hoop to reach your hand rather than trying to grab and catch it, okay? So nice roll and a catch behind. And the same thing, you're trying to release up here. Here, can you see? Trying to release, give it a moment of float on your shoulder, keep that angle. Can you see how mine is angled a little bit away from my face? Great, we're going to just keep doing this everyone because this is what we start with, okay? So keep releasing and catching. I like to stand with my feet together, legs together. Really helps my form for this. Beautiful, keep going. So again, always check in and make sure you're bringing the hoop into the center of your chest and then grabbing. And it's really trying to come to that bottom hand, yeah? Good. And you want to try, just like when you're learning to juggle 3 of anything, you want to wait until that's feeling nice and consistent. But I'll just show you with 2 what you can start working on as well. So with 2, the pattern is 1, 2, oh sorry, that was more of a throw. Getting worried about the these lights, but they're all good. Here we go. So we get it started like this. 1, 2, catch, catch. Okay. And if that feels funky, please just stick with 1 and get that really smooth. So I'll just show you again from another angle. Rolling up and catch behind. And catch behind, catch behind. And that should be, oh, throw it away, don't do that. But make sure that's nice and consistent before you add in the second one. So I hope that gave you a bit of an idea of some things to, yeah, drill yourself. Yeah, and even if you can't juggle, that 3 hoop shoulder rolling pattern, you can even just still be drilling with 1 hoop what it feels like to roll over the shoulder and catch. And over and catch behind. Yeah, so can you see my hand should just land in my hand? I shouldn't have to worry too much about where it is. Cool. Let's put our hoops down and let's get ready for a warm down. I'm just going to angle the camera so you can see what we'll be doing. Here we go. Great. Pop your hoops down. Beautiful. And I'm just going to grab my little notebook. And we'll just start off with a little bit of a hip stretch, okay? So just like last week, 1 leg in front like this. We're just going to gently lean down. Make sure you can that your knee isn't going here, that your knee and your ankle are in line. We're going to lift up that back leg and we're going to hold here just for 1 minute. Very nice. Beautiful. So while we're stretching, I'll just let you guys know the Circus Hub has an awesome online community that you can join. You can just go to our website and there's a nice button there that says join community and you can join. We've got lots of chat groups about classes. We've got an event called the Circus Games happening. So if that sounds like you, go and check that out. Otherwise, you can find us on Facebook. We have a students group there called the Circus Hub students, sorry. Or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where we usually post about upcoming classes and all that jazz. We've got 15 seconds here. Awesome. Really try and open your hip into the floor. And coming out, very nice. And we'll switch legs. And we'll do a minute on the other side. Stop here, reset, leg up. Beautiful. Try and open your hips into the floor. It helps if I start the timer, doesn't it? Very nice. I hope all that 1 hoop on body stuff felt really good for you today. I always drill a lot of 1 hoop control stuff every time I warm up for any separations. It's obviously really good for you. That's the foundation of everything. If you can really competently move 1 hoop around your body, it'll make it a lot easier when you start to try moving 2 around the body. So Just a nice thing to ground yourself in. There's always more work you can do on the basics. I certainly know that. Awesome. Got 15 seconds left here. Keep breathing. Keep opening your hips down into the floor. Very nice. 5 seconds. Well done. Cool. And coming down. And from here, we're going to swap legs again. And we'll do a nice pigeon. So place your leg in front of you. And try and get it on a nice 90-degree angle here. Your foot might be more in here, and that still might be giving you a stretch. That's completely fine if that's where you're at. But try and have your leg more at the right angle. And we're just going to go for a minute here as well. Awesome. And if you need a bit more, obviously you can walk your hands out in front of you, but try and make sure you're not rolling out. Try and make sure you're trying to keep your hips a bit square. And you should be getting a nice stretch through your glutes and your piriformis a little bit, and the little side muscle in your hip. Great. Very nice. 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Keep reaching. 20 seconds left. Doing great, team. 10 seconds. Take a nice deep breath. And coming out, and we'll turn and we'll do the other side. Just 1 minute. Let's get ready. Setting up that leg, and let's go. Very nice. It's a really nice day here in Wellington. Might go for a walk later. Hope everyone is feeling happy and safe in their little lockdown bubbles in New Zealand. We're very lucky. We've been getting really nice weather, to be honest. It's very surprising for Wellington. So I hope you've had a chance to get outside. You've still been, doing some fun things for yourself in lockdown and not going completely crazy. Doing some classes, always fun, keeps the mind working. 20 seconds left, everyone. So if you like, you can, and if you haven't already, you can come down a little bit lower, whatever you need. 10 seconds. And coming out. Very nice. Now if you like, just do a little bit of a twist with your hips, side to side. Beautiful. And we're going to roll onto our front, and we're just going to do a couple of cobras. So you can either have your hands by your shoulders or a bit further in front of you, just depending on where you're at with your back. So we're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, slowly come up. And coming down. And we'll just do 5 of these. Down. 3 more. Down. Very nice. And 2 more. And last one. And stay in this last one. I'm just going to wiggle forward so I'm not touching the mat in the background. I'm going to turn onto my left hand. I'm going to bring my legs together. Keep this hand just for balance, but you should be okay as long as you keep squeezing your glutes, pushing up a little bit through this bottom arm. You should get a nice stretch through your obliques. And we'll just stay here for a moment longer. Keep squeezing your bum, open your hips. Great. And slowly coming back down into your cobra, and we'll swap sides. Other side, very nice. And we have a moment here. Make sure you keep squeezing your glutes to open your hips. And rolling back down, lie on the floor and just give your hips a little bit of a wiggle, side to side. Relax your head into the mat, relax everything. And you're going to have your hands, push yourself back into a nice child's pose, around your back. Beautiful. And one last thing we'll finish off on, just roll onto your back. You're going to hold your knees. Last thing, I promise. Have a bit of a rock on your back, just to round through your spine again. And then we'll spend a moment in a little plow, just to finish off. Just shuffle. And just straighten your legs, or you can bend them, just whatever you like to help round your spine a bit. Beautiful. Just hang out here for a moment. And then straight legs, slowly rolling down. Give your knees a hug. Beautiful. Very nice. Have a moment there, and you can slowly start rolling up in your own time. Otherwise, that's it from me today. Thank you so much for coming and joining the class. I hope you had fun. We've got lots of other classes on this week. We've got a flexibility class happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we've got a juggling and manipulation class at Friday 3 p.m. So plenty to keep you busy. So I hope you check them out. You can follow us, like I said, on Instagram and Facebook, where we post lots of updates about classes and stuff that we've got happening. All right, thanks so much everyone. I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day. Take care. See you later.